Hello and welcome to this edition of the AWN News Brief. I'm Kaylee Talty. The winter weather finally seems to be letting up, and we welcome the waves of warm weather. There's a lot happening here in the high country, so let's dive right in. Data centers are a new industry expanding for AI, but how would you feel about one in the high country? There is much to talk about the effects these data centers have on local communities. Recently, the Boone Town Council preemptively voted to block data center construction in the high country. Adam Persico joins us with where this stands right now.
Over the past year, you've seen data farms pop up left and right in small town America. However, here in the high country, the town council decided to hold a vote to possibly hold a moratorium in order to stop data farms from being built here in the high country in Boone's beautiful natural landscape. We spoke to David Jackson at the Chamber of Commerce and some people around town to hear more about what they think.
I think once the town of Boone put a proclamation on their agenda, it just kind of brought the issue a little bit more front and center here. The important thing to note is that there are no current projects in the pipeline. There is nobody sniffing around at a project. This is about policy. And what I think the town of Boone has seen are some communities throughout Western North Carolina that have had interest, that have wanted to go back and make sure that their policy matches the community's desires and really what the community can support. So that's where the town has gone to try to at least start the conversation about what a policy might look like. But there are no pressing projects out there that are driving this. This is really just to try to get ahead of the game.
For technology to continue to grow, software and things like social media and stuff to continue to grow, you're going to need big data centers, and they're going to suck up a lot of resources.
And one of the main concerns we have heard about these data farms is, of course, resource usage. Not every time, but a lot of the time, these data farms end up using electricity and water from the towns that they exist in, and the residents end up footing the bill most of the time. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Adam. The Blowing Rock Chamber of Commerce is stepping up to help after a devastating fire displaced employees at Bistro Roca. The Chamber is handing out $2,000 checks to former staff of the restaurant. The contributions are coming from a GoFundMe account and a local restaurant fundraiser. The campaign doubled the original goal of $60,000, raising a total of $129,000 to help workers cover their expenses while they look for new jobs. Spring is almost upon us. The last gasp of winter tourism is on its last march. This means the area slopes App Ski, Beach, and Sugar Mountains are getting ready to close down for the season. If you're a snow fan, you need to get your mountain time in before it's too late. We spoke to Sugar Mountain's Kimberly Yokul about the month of March and what brings for the winter tourism in this area.
So typically and historically, Sugar Mountain tries to stay open as long as we can, all the way through the end of March. And what drives us to close is conditions and skier traffic. So if all are declining, we're either forced to shut down or we just shut down because it's the end of the winter season and people already have their minds on spring, summer, the beach, and they're not really thinking about the mountains or skiing. A typical following that likes us to stay open as long as we possibly can, and they're here to the last day. On the last day, we always have a celebration where we burn the snow. It's kind of like an ending to the season, and we just have a party. It's kind of like the last hurrah.
There's a lot happening here in the high country. Whether you're looking for something to do with your friends or try something new, Boone has it for you. Here are two events that I found really interesting. On Saturday, March 7th is a busy one. Flannel Fest kicks off at Appalachian Mountain Brewery from noon to 10. And later that night, the Graskels take the stage at the Appalachian Theater from 7 to 10:30. Looking ahead, the Meltdown Games hit Appalachian Ski Mountain March 14th and 15th from free events including cardboard box derbies, terrain park competitions, and a costume contest. There is no shortage of ways to get out and enjoy the high country this month. Check out your local Chamber of Commerce websites for more events. The arts are alive and well in the high country, and this next event should be calling all film lovers' attention. The Banff Film Festival is coming to the high country for its 50th anniversary. Screenings include extreme sports such as skiing, rock climbing, whitewater rafting, and mountain biking, but also highlights personal and introspective connections between people and the outdoors. Tickets for the Banff Center Mountain Film and Book Festival can be purchased online, and it will be held at the Schaefer Center March 19th through the 21st. We hope this edition of AWN kept you up to date on everything happening in the High Country. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to stay in tune with App Weekly News on social media, including TikTok. Enjoy the warmer weather, Mountaineers. I'm Kaylee Talty. Thanks for watching.